Thanksgiving
I
recap.
like to be surprised.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Likes to live life on the edge. What's up, everybody? Welcome in to the Garage, episode number 192 of the Garage Talk podcast. My name is Tyler Warner. With me is Vince Wheatley
That's me.
and Tim Vogler.
Woo! Matt, what happened?
You okay, Vince?
What happened?
No, life is meaningless and there's no hope.
Speaking in your microphone louder.
Life is meaningless.
Okay, there we go. Now we're picking you up.
And there is no hope.
Your Thanksgiving was that bad, huh?
Thanksgiving was fine.
Yeah.
Did you guys get the beers that Grady recommended?
I did not.
No, I had.
What a waste of time.
What do you mean? I had Bloody Marys, and we didn't even eat like traditional Thanksgiving food. So
What'd you eat?
we had spaghetti carbonara.
Why?
'Cause it was just me and my mother, and we didn't want to try and cook a whole turkey for just the two of us.
Okay,
Makes
that's
sense.
fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah, so I did my own mix of six. I kind of did just variations of what Grady recommended. So thanks to him for that. Big fun episode. But yeah, Thanksgiving was great. Tim, you were kind of lazy on Thanksgiving. I'm still kind of upset with you.
I went really hard on that first plate. I ate it too fast. Well, I really didn't eat supper the night before, and I didn't have breakfast or anything, so I was just like absolutely starving, and then I ate too fast, and then I was just completely miserable for like the rest of the day.
Yeah,
so yeah, I'm sorry for being antisocial, but
that's all right, I guess.
I
don't really
I
care
was
about.
just in pain.
I don't care about you being social. I wanted to toss the pigskin around,
Oh,
and I'm like, "Hey, where's Tim?" And they're like, "Oh, he's on the couch dead downstairs."
yeah.
Like, what happened?
I would have threw up if I had to
Run a
even
route?
move my arm. Yeah.
I'd send you out for a post pattern. Vomiting all over the yard.
It wouldn't have been pretty. So yeah, sorry. That's just how it went down.
I'll let that one slide.
Okay.
But I hope everybody listening had a great Thanksgiving. Thanksgivings are usually pretty good when you get to eat food, so
Yeah.
can't complain here.
Didn't get canceled this year, so.
Black
That's
Friday,
nice.
however, though,
Mm-hmm.
I would say a little less fun, a little more disappointing.
Hey, it was great.
And I'm assuming that's what Vince is alluding to of his pain and agony.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nebraska played Iowa, and by the end of it, I mean, because so obviously, if you haven't listened to the show, Vince and I have been going back and forth for a while now on, it's Martinez's fault, it's Frost's fault. We in our group text, we kind of just came together on Friday and we're like, we hate everything. Everyone sucks. Life is pointless. Like there was no debate left. It was just this. We were all just ashamed and disappointed.
Yeah. Best 3-9 team ever.
Dude, we invent new ways to lose. I mean, what was it, 21-6 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then we lose 28-21. That's just absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
And they didn't score an offensive touchdown or something like that?
They scored
Until
one.
to put it away on us. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was tied. They tied it up without scoring an offensive touchdown.
I think Smothers was going into the fourth quarter for like 7 and 8 passing, and
Oh yeah, he had like a 90% completion rate going into the fourth quarter,
Yeah.
and then didn't complete a pass after that. It was just it was unreal.
yeah, we decided,
Yeah.
In Scott Frost's infinite wisdom on game plan stuff, decided the whole first 3 quarters where we were running the ball, our offensive line was sealing the edges, just ultimately faster, better than Iowa's defense.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you know what? Fourth quarter, we're going to throw the ball. The run game's been working all game, but you know what?
I think he panicked. I think that's what it was. He just panicked.
Yeah, he's like, holy shit, I might still have a job. I'm trying to get fired so I can just sit at home and get
Try
paid.
to get out of here.
Yeah.
So that was rough, man. We've been saying it for 5 years. All we want to do is beat Iowa. Zero expectations outside of that.
Yeah.
Just want to beat Iowa, and it continues to not happen.
And not only was just beating Iowa on the line, pride there, we would have kicked them out of playing in the Big Ten championship. Nothing would have felt better than seeing all of Iowa's hopes and dreams of going to the Big Ten championship. So to even have an opportunity to play for the Big Ten championship and being able to rip that away from them. Nothing would have felt better.
Yeah.
And then we were just like, it just doesn't feel right. Here you go. Just take the win.
Sorry for beating up on you for 3 quarters. We apologize.
And now it's to the point where they're going to be in the Big Ten championship with Michigan, who will ultimately probably shit themselves. And
that was but that was some good that came out of the weekend. Ohio State losing to Michigan.
That was a great game.
That felt good.
That was a great
game.
game.
Oh yeah, snowy game. That was some good hardcore Big Ten football right there.
Yeah. That was good
That
stuff,
was good. Alabama almost lost.
Yeah.
To Auburn.
Auburn had a very similar game to us, where they
were a lot less points scored.
A lot less points, but they still were basically in the driver's seat most of the game, and then just like gave it all up in the fourth quarter, and then 4 overtimes.
Dude, there was I actually got really mad last night watching that game because I was following along. There's this guy I know on Twitter who was like, he's apparently an Alabama fan. Never knew this about him. But he was posting all these, like, Tim always sends us a meme in the group text of Ben Affleck, like, smoking a cigarette, just defeated. And the Alabama,
or Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. The Alabama fan, he posted that picture, like, with an A on Ben Affleck's sweater, and was posting all this stuff like, Alabama, we just need to burn it all down and rebuild. Like, he was just going off, like, this is the worst team I've ever seen play, like, just bitching. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry you could barely pull off a win to stay 10-1 and stay in the playoffs. Like, you have it so bad.
Yeah.
Sorry that you've won the last 10 championships in the last 15 years, you poor thing.
Sounds fucking rough.
Yeah.
I've never been so angry at somebody before in my life. We talked about this quite a few years ago. They're like Patriots fans. Like, these people are the worst kind of humans because they've never faced real adversity in their life.
Yeah.
When Alabama losing really, like, brings you down to your knees, like, go fuck yourself. Like,
and then they don't even lose.
Yeah, and then they don't even lose. Like, you don't even understand.
You don't know pain.
You don't know pain whatsoever. Imagine like going 3-9 and having a 0-point differential. It's incredible.
You want to know?
That's pain.
Yeah, I was just about to say that the points scored between us and our opponents in the Big Ten is 239 to 239.
Yeah, that's pain right there.
We tied, but we didn't.
We tied, except for
didn't
a
win
tie
many
would actually be
games.
nice. We'd actually like a tie here and there.
Yeah.
At least the Lions have a tie.
We have nothing.
God. Yeah.
It just.
So yeah,
I
like I
don't
said,
know.
life's meaningless. There's no hope.
I mean, I don't know. I think the outcome of this game would have been a lot different if we had given Smothers more playing time throughout the year.
Going into it.
I mean, because he was doing great. I mean, he was just running.
Well, yeah, they really.
But his passes were right on when he was passing,
and the plays were set up for him.
Yeah,
like, the plays were set up so that for him to succeed.
Well, I think that's the biggest gripe on Scott Frost is he came in with a great game plan, but he just can't adjust. Halfway through that third quarter,
he adjusted. He adjusted
the wrong way.
The wrong way.
Away from what was working.
Well, yeah, but if you look at that third quarter, they were starting to buy in on that run, and they were starting to shut it down a little bit.
I don't know. We were still in the lead by then. We weren't fumbling the ball and throwing incompletion after incompletion, or throwing to the flat for us to get 0 yards. Like, I don't know.
I was so high on the hope dope before they blocked that punt. It was
that block punt.
It was just like, oh,
every Nebraska fan in that stadium, the minute that punt was blocked, goes, "Yep, we lost this game. It's over."
Oh, so I was working Friday most of the day, and so I was listening to the game on the radio, and I was like, "Holy cow! The guys came out to play today." And when I was getting off, my buddy was playing at his house, so I just went to his house right after work. And I literally walked in to his basement, and on the TV, I see them Nebraska lining up to punt, and they blocked it. And I was like, oh, I showed up just in time for Nebraska to lose. It was great.
So this is Vince's fault that Nebraska lost. You should just stay at work. If you just stayed at work, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. We'd be so much happier.
I feel like everybody has like that same feeling. Like, I blame myself because I was like, oh, everybody's gonna be all hyped up on Facebook, and yep, everybody was posting
Guys.
shit and like,
And it
like,
was,
oh, we're gonna get this. I'm like, you dumbasses, you're
Guys,
killing the juju.
pump the brakes, okay? Trying to divert blame to silly superstitions. Lessons.
It's the only thing that makes
No, it's lessons.
no, it's true, Vince. I had a page and a half script written out to talk shit to you about why Martinez is awful and Smothers
I was
is
ready,
the
and
best.
I would have taken it like the good little boy.
I
I would
know.
have just been like,
I was so
bukkake me
ready.
with insults. Do it.
I was so ready.
And I would have been happy. I would have taken it gladly. I said, thank you. Can I have some more?
Yeah.
And so I'm just saying, do not give in to silly superstitions, because then it takes away from the weight of the mismanagement and terrible coaching of Scott Frost. Do not take away anything from him. Do not. Because he doesn't deserve any fucking outlet at all. Even with the bad reffing and stuff from Ohio State.
Yeah, but that's
And-
normal.
Exactly. Do not take away from him. Do not.
So now we are back to square one where we were 5 years ago. We're really upset right now. We're going to go into the off season. We're going to forget about all this. And then come July, August, we're going to be smoking all the Hope Dope. We're going to be ready to go.
We're going to be blazed out of our minds on Hope Dope.
So hot. Our eyes are going to be so red, talking about how we were the best 3-9 team. And now somehow, some way over this summer, we found out how to finish games. And now we're going to be 12-0 instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adrian Martinez is going to take the field, and we're going to be like, 2 a.m., let's go.
I hope he doesn't come back. That's all I
Oh,
want.
he already said he is.
Oh, he's coming back. I mean,
Yeah, you already said he is.
It's just a matter of fact if he gets started. If Martinez is back, Coach Scott Frost will be like, oh yeah, yes sir, here you go. Yeah, take control of this offense. It's all you.
Smothers hasn't missed a pass all off season. No.
Well,
Still
sorry,
our
Martinez said he was coming
yeah,
back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but unless Frost better be on that transfer portal looking for quarterbacks.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
Looking
know
for
we
something.
recruited a guy out of Lincoln East, a local kid. I knew that. But we need somebody who can pass the ball, because even to when I was prepared to talk trash to Vince about Smothers being a real quarterback, it got down to passing situations, and he couldn't complete a pass when we needed him to. Regardless of the game plan,
Yeah.
we asked him to complete some passes, and he couldn't do it. We need a quarterback.
The only
can
passes
throw.
that he would complete, he would just he would look to his main receiver, and if they weren't open, he just immediately went to the flat.
Yeah.
Every time. He would look at his main receiver, he'd be like, nope, not open. Flat.
flat.
Yeah.
And it's I think it's fun to watch spread offense with a mobile quarterback, but it's 2021. This isn't 1994. You have to pass the football to succeed. Yes, we need to establish a run game and build it off that, but you have to have a quarterback who can make accurate passes and read defenses. And until we get that, we'll never be anything. So I was really disappointed. Like I told you guys, I found out Toure was a senior. I was so bummed because I love that guy, and I was like, "Oh, sweet, we're good to go." Nope, he's out of here.
Yeah.
The best receiver we've had in 5 years
Since
Stanley Morgan.
Yeah.
So that's a disappointment.
Yeah.
But like I said, whatever. Summer's gonna roll around. We're gonna get high again, and we're gonna be right back at it come August. So as of now, we're just mild spectators of the conference championships and college football playoff. Do you guys have any beef or any poll on who you're going
I'm
for?
hoping for Georgia, man. I don't know what it is about Georgia.
I love their
I like-
uniforms. I like Georgia's
and
uniforms.
I don't know.
I-
I've liked them, and I felt like they were in a similar situation where they've been in a kind of a rebuilding progress for a while now. And granted, they've never been a bad football team, I would say, but they were always kind of right there, mediocre SEC
They can't
team.
they haven't been able to get over that Alabama hump.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
it seems like this year
This
could
could
be
be
their
it.
year.
And so I'm rooting for them. I hope they take them to Pound Town.
I'm pulling for Cincinnati.
Cincinnati would be awesome.
Now
too.
that Cincinnati's ranked fourth.
literally anybody except for Alabama.
Yeah.
Is I'm rooting.
I don't know. I think the Cincinnati thing is they're the same conference as UCF was, whatever, was it 4 years ago, 5 years ago now, but they're getting they might get into the college football playoff.
Well, that's
but
because
it's
they're being undefeated again.
Mhm.
yeah.
Whereas Scott Frost came to Nebraska before he could have a second year of undefeatedness.
I guess, but I don't know. It's just it still seems inconsistent with like.
Well, so are you saying you're not? So you're not cheering for Cincinnati then?
I mean, it would be great.
He's a big Power 5 guy.
No, I'm not. But it's
they don't have a tough schedule. They don't have any quality losses on their schedule, so we can't put them in.
I don't know about that. I am pulling for him a little bit, I suppose, as a being
Here's
Tim,
I want anarchy.
Wait,
I want a big middle finger to the college football committee.
It would be great,
Yeah,
but it's just I feel like it's just not going to.
Are you
they're
with
not
like
gonna
Lee
have
Corso and you think Notre Dame should be in over?
Oh hell no! But
Whoa,
hell no!
Tim?
They have tradition.
Yeah.
They have tradition.
You're starting to really show your age now, Tim.
That's
no,
Lou Holtz.
I don't know. It would be great, but it's just it doesn't seem like it could ever happen. Like if they pulled it off and won the national championship, it would definitely it would be a great fuck you to the whole
if they won
college
the national
football
championship,
playoff.
that'd be awesome.
They will probably put in the extra teams like immediately after that game's over. They're like, okay.
I think it'd be even better though if they do, it would probably be them against Alabama. I would imagine round 1 is what I would assume.
No, because they'll go against the first team. There's no way Alabama, unless Alabama beats Georgia in the SEC championship.
That's true.
So it could be, could very well be against Alabama.
Just depends on who they are. Like all of a sudden they upset Alabama.
But we could very well, which would be, I think, it'd be even a bigger upset if they played Georgia round 1, because I'm assuming Georgia's going to beat Alabama just because they look much better right now, and then Cincinnati beats Georgia round 1. Now that's an upset. The only other undefeated team.
Yeah,
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
But who knows, man? And this is what I was fearing, because I remember everybody was so up in arms when when they ranked them 5th a couple weeks ago, and I was like, all right, you're literally just going to guarantee a Cincinnati loss now, because now that the playoff committee has given us what we want, put Cincinnati at 4, I'm like, yep, they're losing, just so we can all be wrong and everything that we've ever wanted. So I don't know. Cincinnati has to win their conference championship first. Yeah. They need to win their conference championship first, and then I'll fully dive in to the Cincinnati bandwagon. But until then, I'm just going to stay on the sideline.
Who are they playing? Houston or something? Or
yeah, it's Houston.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
How do you guys feel about Michigan?
they beat the shit out of Iowa.
Yeah, I'm definitely pulling for them over Iowa because Iowa deserves nothing. But it would. But I know if Michigan gets into the college football playoff, they're going to get fucking smoked by whoever they play. It doesn't matter. Like, it's not going to happen for them either. So it'd just be setting up everybody up for disappointment. But I don't know. I'd be okay with them winning it all, though, if it happened that way. But I know it's not going to happen. But.
Yeah, I don't have anything against Michigan.
Yeah,
it's just kind of that. Yeah, I kind of know they're gonna mess this up somehow. They'll find a way.
Yeah.
Who won? Do you guys know who won the Oklahoma game?
Oklahoma State.
They did win.
Yeah.
They have a chance. Oklahoma State could end up in that top 4.
Yeah.
Georgia, assuming Michigan wins, it'll be Michigan, Cincinnati, and look at Oklahoma State coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Because Oregon already shot themselves in the foot by losing to Utah. Did you guys see the stat the other day before Utah played Oregon? The statistic is if Utah beats Oregon, they statistically have a worse chance of getting to the Rose Bowl. If they would have just let Oregon win, they probably would have gone to the Rose Bowl. Wow. Yep. That's Pac-12 football for you there.
Yeah.
That's something else. Well, hey, good on them for, you know what? It ain't about what bowl you get into. It just matters about winning.
Today,
winning.
One game at a time. That's all you can control. We control.
Respect.
Be where your feet are.
Actually, that's probably what will happen. The loser of the Big Ten championship probably goes to the Rose Bowl. Isn't that how that's going to work?
Good. And then Iowa can lose to whatever Pac-12 team they play. It'll be
That'd
glorious.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
If Iowa wins, they get in.
No.
What are you talking about?
They don't get in they don't get in the playoff. No.
Yeah, they're not even going to be top 10 after beating us.
Do you know how the playoff committee works? They're delusional.
I get that.
Actually, oh my gosh, if Iowa wins and beats Michigan and Alabama loses, Alabama's good at getting into the playoffs.
I mean, I guess they were
as a 2-loss team.
They were delusional enough to have them at number 2 for the minute that they were. Then they got beat by Illinois. No, not Illinois.
Yeah.
Was it? Or was it Illinois?
Yeah, it was Illinois. But Or was it Indiana?
or,
It doesn't matter.
or Purdue.
But yeah, college football is actually going to be pretty fun coming up. Just as, as a Nebraska fan, we have nothing left. It'll be interesting to see what happens. And this year is definitely a little bit more of a shakeup than it has been in previous years. So
we'll see how delusional it is when the rankings look at Nebraska's 0 point differential going into next season, and then our record, and they'll be like, that's a top 25 team right there.
God, please
don't do that to
no.
us.
I'm
Please
getting the
no.
hope started early, boys.
We're already lighting up.
we're not-
Season's over. We're on to the next
Yeah,
Who
season.
knows?
bucket.
It could happen.
Get lighter.
I got my lighter.
It's in my jacket.
It's like a little Wheezy song.
So, yeah, that's college football, which
As
college football is actually fun to talk about now for the first time in thousands of years.
Yeah. As long as
According to
as
Tyler.
long as Alabama doesn't win another one, that's all I care about, I guess.
Hey, if you think about it, though, Nebraska has 9 quality losses.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's huge.
Yeah, if you think the playoff committee is as delusional as they are, they'd be looking at Nebraska like, that's 9 quality losses right there. Best 3-9 team out there. Fuck. Let's get them into the fucking playoffs.
Put them in right now.
I really do want to get
We'll lose that. We'll lose to Alabama by 1 score. I guarantee it.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
I kind of want to get a T-shirt made, like Nebraska
Best 3-9
two
team.
2021
Merch. Write it down. Merch. We're making merch.
best 3-9 team of all time. Although there is a stat connected to that, like teams that have done the same thing. Like, well, it's a very historic season that we had, but anybody that's come close to doing kind of the same thing has had a 10-win season. The very
Well,
next one,
it's
so.
like, you remember
Well, we will be the first one not to do that as well. But
well, this isn't college football, but do you remember when Hugh Jackson was the coach of the Browns and they went 0-16?
yeah,
Dude lost the game, every single game by 3 to 7 points. Every single game was by 1 score.
Anthony Lynn at the Chargers did the same thing.
Yeah, I think the moral of the story is these coaches don't bounce back.
No.
There's this thing about coaching is where you can either win or you can't win.
Tim was just talking about the college teams. Like, after having this kind of season, they come back to have a 10-win season. So
Yeah,
There's
there's
that hope, baby. There
I know.
it is.
I know, man. But
Feels so good.
but if Scott Frost doesn't do it, he'll probably end up at the Lions just like everybody else.
So, yep, Thanksgiving's over, and we're on to exciting college football stuff. December's rolling around. Got the Christmas lights set up. Very excited for Christmas. Got Christmas tunes blaring in my house, on my phone. I'm full of the Christmas spirit. Also, December coming up, December 9th, is the 2021 Game of the Year Award show.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't have a lot to say about that. I just wanted to take a quick moment to talk about this, to apologize to the listeners, because, well, the past few years we've always talked about the Game Award show because we're pretty big into video games here. I have not played any of the Game Award nominees. So I just want to apologize for that, because I've been literally playing Mass Effect since May. At the beginning of the year, I was playing Ghost of Tsushima after I beat The Last of Us 2. So I played Ghost of Tsushima. I beat that. Mass Effect Legendary Edition came out. I played all 3 games, beat those, and then the next day restarted with Game 1, and I'm working my way back through again, almost done with Game 3. So I've been neglecting this segment of the podcast because I have a major Mass Effect addiction. So, sorry, listeners, we don't have a whole lot of input to put into.
Ghost was last year, or so
Ghost was last year.
You're
I was just a little bit late.
You're
on it.
behind.
yeah, and I honestly, none of these games look
Really, I think Deathloop looks really cool. I really want to play. My next game I'm probably going to get is Ratchet and Clank. That looks really awesome. Resident Evil always puts out a solid game. It's just
it's not my shtick, but
I've been hooked up to an IV of Mass Effect, playing that over and over again. So I haven't done my due diligence, and I apologize. But I would say I think we can all agree, even people who enjoyed those games, I feel like it was a down year for games. Coming off the pandemic, games are continuously getting delayed, and there's not as much coming out. A lot of these new games that are being made for like the PS5 and Xbox Series X, they're still being made for the older generation, so they're still not, taking full advantage of the newer technology. So it's just been kind of a meh year for games, I think, in my opinion.
This is why I don't adopt systems until 3 years or more after.
Yeah, I definitely.
Cyberpunk came out this year.
Yeah.
That's
It's
crazy.
very,
Seems
very
like a lifetime.
beginning.
Yeah, this is
Well, no, it didn't come out. It came out at the end of last year, so it
Yeah.
got thrown
Yeah.
into this
Yeah, fair
category,
enough.
obviously. But yeah, I definitely made a mistake of buying a PS5 this year because I've been playing a PlayStation 4 Mass Effect remastered game, and that is it.
I've been playing a 10-year-old game as well, but
What have you been playing?
stupid. Well, I started it on the Xbox 360, and then it carried over to it became backwards compatible. Then I started over again. It's just Alice. It's an EA game. It's like the goth version of Alice in Wonderland. I don't know.
I've never heard
It's
of it.
okay. It's just I just wanted to beat it. Like, I don't know. It's kind of fucked up, and it's not I wouldn't say it's a great game, but I just feel like I need to beat it.
You are the Mad Hatter, so you have to beat it.
Yeah.
I do have to have a tough conversation with my wife coming up here within the coming months or so. I'm gonna have to let her know that I am gonna be purchasing an Xbox. I know I just spent a lot of money on the PlayStation 5, but
Has Halo come out yet?
Halo is coming out here in a few
Yeah.
days.
Well, and the online has been out.
The online's been out, and the
Yeah.
online's free too. So it's like I gotta be able to play that. We got Starfield coming out this next year. All Bethesda games are coming out Xbox only.
and PC.
Ipso facto, I'm buying an Xbox. And I thought about buying an Xbox Series S for myself for Christmas because those are available. But I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna go in, I might as well go all in and get the Series X. But those are possible to buy too.
Well, honestly, at this point, I think I don't think I have a problem going discless anymore.
It's not about the disclessness. I don't care about the
disclessness.
The discless. I'm not concerned about
I
the
like that.
disclessness.
I like that word.
All digital,
so-
maybe?
I'm okay
Yeah.
with all digital as my side console, as my Xbox console.
Mhm.
It's the fact that the S can't output the same get graphics.
Really?
And FPS.
I thought it was
It's
just
slightly lower.
Really?
Slightly lower. Yep. So I obviously
I
have.
don't know. I think it looks better because it's not just a.
I love the
big-
box look. I love the box look.
I mean, it's
But
okay,
but
but
Tim, I have the TV. I have to give it full throttle. So I'm going for the Series X. I'm going to find a way. My wife's going to be mad about it, but
Fuck,
Yeah.
I might be getting me an Xbox now that I got big money, so.
yeah,
Mm.
it's his new job.
Yeah, man.
The issue is it's not about the money though with that Series X.
Yeah,
It's about trying to get a hold of
find it,
one. You have to be
and not
very
paying
diligent.
exorbitant amount of money.
Yeah.
Oh my! Breaking news! We've never had breaking news on the show before.
Whoa.
Breaking news right now! Lincoln Riley is going to be USC's next football coach.
No
After
shit.
this year at Oklahoma, Lincoln Riley will be the coach of USC. He's leaving Oklahoma.
You heard that from us here first.
Here first. You'll hear about it
So-
by the time this release. Wait, if you're watching live, you hear about it first.
See,
This is why you get on patreon.com/garage talk and sign up, because we have the hard-hitting news coming at you right away. This just posted 30 minutes ago. This is some serious live
30
action
seconds ago.
news.
Yeah. Last night there was some rumblings about LSU possibly, but yeah, I guess it makes sense. Wow, I didn't. Huh.
I'm trying to find out if they have any information on what the
So
deal is.
so USC must have finally decided to pay real money.
Yeah. Well, they were gonna have to this year, no matter what they do.
Yeah. Well, that's what everybody's talking about. It's that usually USC doesn't try to pay anybody.
I'm trying
Huge
to
dollars.
find out here what the deal is, how much money he's getting paid.
Maybe he was just.
I mean, but why? But why leave? You're just leaving Oklahoma because the playoff committee doesn't respect the Big 12. Well, guess what? They don't respect the Pac-12 either.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he saw the
I
writing
don't
on the
have
wall.
any details on the pay yet, but Lincoln Riley will leave Oklahoma to become the next coach of USC,
Wow.
and Mike Tomlin sighs in relief, as he will never have to answer a question again.
So is Bob Stoops coming out of retirement, coming back?
No, this is Mike Stoops' time.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, Xbox Series X. We're somebody in this podcast is going to find a way to get a hold of one. And maybe we can do like a system sharing.
Yeah.
Unless I'm the one who ends up buying it, then I'm not sharing it. But
Yeah.
if one of you guys ends up getting it, then maybe we can work out some sort of deal where you share it with me.
Joint custody of the
Joint
Xbox.
custody. We'll take this to court. Tim will get an Xbox, and I'll bring up all his drinking issues and how the Xbox isn't safe around him. Oh, these are things that happen in divorce court, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's true. I'd still have to get a new TV if I was going to get a new system.
Yeah,
so
but we all know
that's
you
not there.
wouldn't.
Oh, I will.
You
No,
would just-
that's
you
what
just use
I had
the
to.
shitty
I had to.
SD.
I had to upgrade to 1080p from my 720p TV when I got the Xbox One because I was like, okay, I can't do that. I can't do this in good conscience. Have a new system without getting a new TV. It's not right. I'm not that anti technology progression.
Well,
or
that's
whatever.
news to me. So
Yeah. I'm
But yeah,
very slow about it, but
I will say though, Game Awards are coming up, and even though we haven't played the games yet, I'm definitely going to be watching the show because they're obviously going to have some new trailers and probably some announcements for some upcoming games. They have some really weird categories this year. Like you can literally win an award for like most anticipated game. So they're having like, what is it? Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon, Forbidden West.
You can win an award before your game even comes out.
Yeah, that's where we're at now. And it's just like, dude, half these games are probably going to get delayed
Yeah.
until 2023.
Yeah.
So, but I will watch it.
Most
Definitely.
anticipated game 2 years in a row.
Got him. But I'm definitely going to watch for the trailers, and hopefully we get some cool announcements, which we will talk about probably on it's December 9th. So here in 2 weeks, we'll probably in one of our episodes we'll talk about game announcements that were made and see if there's anything that gets us all excited. So yeah.
Who you voting for best esports game?
Oh, League of Legends, no doubt. What
What's
are
your
the
favorite esports team?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I do want to talk about that. They have a category for best esport athlete.
They do.
so
Are we
so
gonna
the,
hold on?
so
Hold
the
on, Tim. Are we gonna have an issue with this that they're calling these people athletes?
I mean,
I take issue with this. It should
yeah.
be best, it should be esport player or
Okay.
participant. Athlete's a bit extreme.
Yeah, I think athlete implies physical.
They have
Talent.
to do it. They do have to do exercises.
Oh, stop!
No, they
Stop
do.
it.
They
It's
literally
like,
do.
Yeah.
That means they literally have to make sure that their hands don't like develop arthritis. At
Do you
the age
consider
of
a race car
22?
driver an athlete?
I feel like you have to stand up
stamina
to.
wise? Yeah.
I feel like you at least have to be standing up.
As a driver
most
yourself,
times.
Vince, you should
to-
know it does not take stamina to drive. It takes a lot of coffee and Red Bull.
See, you both are technically industrial athletes.
Hey, yo, we're athletes.
Or
if that's
I guess
the case.
I would
I've
be.
been an
I'd
athlete
also be
since the day I
considered.
was born.
I'd also
Day
be
one.
considered that too, but that requires physical movement and walking around.
I just think
So, I don't
calling
know.
these video gamers, these professional video gamers, athletes is a disservice to all athletes. Who, I mean, so let's say this: who are the nominations for best EA athlete? Vince, you got up on your computer.
Chris Simp.
All right, so
Lear.
that's it. I don't need any more. Put Chris Simp next to Aaron Donald, and you tell me who the athlete is.
Okay, let's then have Chris Simp go against Aaron Donald. One-on-one on like in an Oklahoma drill, right? It's gonna die. Then have Aaron Donald try and 1v1 him in a game of whatever
Well, that doesn't make him.
Simp plays.
But that doesn't make him an athlete. It's like saying have Aaron Donald try to have a drawing competition with Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah,
Tell
I
me
don't-
the real athlete.
I don't
It's like,
think-
well, he can color
Nobody's
pretty
ever
well.
nobody's ever called artists athletes though.
But that's what I'm saying. They shouldn't be calling these guys athletes either.
Do they call chess players athletes? I mean,
They don't. That doesn't require any dexterity. You're not trying to like move your piece like in a very finessed way.
okay.
But you're trying to move your controller in a finesse way.
Yeah,
I don't buy that.
I mean, it is.
my guy.
How
like
about-
I said, these people like, and I'm not 100% in the boat of like, yeah, they're athletes.
Kind of because it
sort
kind of
thing.
seems like you are.
I'm playing a devil's advocate here
Okay.
for
Yeah.
sure, but it's just because like, you guys are trying. For one, you compared an artist to video games. You're comparing chess, which is not is a game, but it's not like a video game. Where,
Well, yeah, but
where when you're trying to get headshots on Halo, you can't compare that to
still
chess because you're not trying.
still
to,
mental. I mean, you gotta.
But it's mental and physical, whereas chess is entirely mental.
I wouldn't call getting headshots in Halo physical.
How is it not? It's hand-eye coordination. That's physical.
It's hand-eye coordination.
How do you catch a football? Hand-eye coordination. How do you track a ball and like it's hand-eye coordination.
Well, also because
and being able to do it fast. That's quick muscle reflexes. That's baseball.
But as an athlete, also trains their body.
That's what these guys do.
I don't think so.
I mean, I don't know. You're kind of convincing me on this a little bit.
I'm
here.
just
so weak, Tim.
I know, but because I kind of get it because I think people who play, there's professional cornhole now. I mean, it's like that is definitely hand-eye coordination.
This is the most 2021 millennial
it's
bullshit.
like-
Everybody's an athlete now. Let's just consider us all. I'm an athlete. Why? Because I podcast.
I guess there's really
I
not
gotta
another.
move my hands and
Hold on.
There's just not another word for it.
So,
maybe,
some of the earliest athletes were fucking golfers.
Yeah.
Tyler, okay? You think golfers are athletes?
Have you ever walked an 18-hole course?
Yes. And when you
That's
can do
because
it,
you're an athlete.
when you can do it drunk, you're not an athlete.
That makes you even more of an athlete, Vince. Also, you walk a 18-hole course drunk?
Who hasn't?
I get a cart.
You
big
drive the
bucks over
cart
here.
drunk.
I haven't had money for that long, bud. Okay, I don't know. I don't let the money change me. All right.
Unlike you, I
You
was
have-
born into money.
Yeah.
I've had a cart since the day I was born.
You haven't joined your country club yet. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just pretend not to know what I'm doing. I just walk out onto the course and
Yeah.
I don't pay anybody. I just get out there.
All I'm saying is, if you're a video gamer, you're not an athlete.
I'm just saying you haven't given any good examples on how they're not.
Acting takes hand-eye coordination. I don't think actors are athletes.
But again, those are entirely different disciplines.
Okay, but so is playing a video game and playing sports. Those are entirely different. We're pairing two different things.
I'm not saying that. And again, I'm not entirely disagreeing with you, but I think that playing video games is more akin to playing sports than acting is. Especially, you have a role where
I think acting takes more physicality than playing video games.
As an actor, your role is you need to be a fat slob that doesn't move.
What?
That's not an athlete. Your role,
If you're playing video games, you're a fat slob who doesn't move.
No, you don't.
Pull up a picture of this. What's his
You
name?
wanna
Jim
see
Specs.
Chris Simp.
Chris Simp.
Oh yeah, okay, let's go.
What's he look
Let's
like?
see. Literally, all
How
these
about,
guys.
how about we start with what the
all
actual
these guys
definition of an
are easily
athlete is?
under 200 pounds, 205 pounds.
That's because they're on drugs.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Because they got to take Adderall to be able
Yeah,
to stay
I'm
up all
sure.
night
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
their
man.
games.
Yeah, no, totally.
Granted, the 1990s Cornhusker team was all on drugs too.
That's what I'm saying. Athletes. See, you're proving my
No,
point.
they're not. They're
All
not
right.
athletes. You can't.
I'm going with the. Let's
Yeah,
start with
show
the dictionary.
I'm gonna
All
put this poll up on our
Let's see if
social
this-
medias.
Do it.
A person who is proficient in sports and other forms of physical exercise.
So the debate here then is video games physical exercise,
No.
in which I would say no.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all of Vince's arguments are now
So I guess, but
voided.
prefacing athlete with esports, all of a sudden you're changing the definition
See,
of athlete.
Maybe
okay,
we should
here's
change- maybe we
some
should call it esports.
games
Maybe we should
player.
call it e-competition.
E-games.
E-games. EA games.
It's in the game.
See, I feel like
And we're sued.
feel like there's more similar words like games player. I don't know.
That's what I'm
or
saying, yeah.
Player,
Participant, player, competitor. I just think athlete's the wrong choice. And
Yeah.
maybe saying esports, maybe that's the wrong terminology as well. Maybe it should, like I said, be
Well, I
competition.
think it's sport as in
E-game.
there's something to be. It's a game to be won, I guess, and that, or it's a league. I don't know how that.
You have to give whoever came up with that name some credit though for marketing because people talk about it.
Now here we are.
Yeah, big
But
buzzword.
I'm assuming most like video game podcasts and video game like writers and video game websites, I doubt they're having this conversation because they probably be insulted by some of the things we're saying.
Yeah.
Even though we are all,
How about-
I would say, very diehard gamers.
Controller pilot. I don't know, or
Can
play
who best esport avatar?
something. I don't know. Because I was just thinking about
James Cameron.
like drone like drone racing. I mean, they would just be considered pilots, so not athletes. So I don't know. And you're piloting a thing through a controller.
There you go. Best esport pilot.
And it almost
like
sounds
it.
more
Sounds
prestigious.
Yeah,
I
yes.
don't know. I don't know. Worth a shot. Just spitball.
Either way,
just spitball in here.
Any person we're talking about right now is far more successful than us. So that's
if you can be a millionaire, you can playing video game. I guess you can call yourself whatever you want.
These guys should see me play Mass Effect. Make some money there.
Yeah, can't really be competitive at that, I suppose. But.
Damn, they even got coaches.
I've had 3 different girlfriends through my 3 different games. Tell me that's not competitive.
Yeah. Touche.
And if Mass Effect were created at a different time, I could have had a boyfriend too. But this was 2008, so that option wasn't available to me.
Is there going to be a Mass Effect 4?
There actually is.
Yeah.
You not know about that? Yeah, they announced it at last year's Game Awards.
Oh, okay.
They ever
So-
come up with anything original?
I don't want original. I want more Mass Effect in my body.
More alien sex.
I
But
want
more graphic.
I want another Wolfenstein.
Yeah, they gave you one and that kind of sucked.
Tyler, do you visit that dark part of the interwebs?
You mean our Mass Erect?
Yeah.
It's
That's
a real
a yes.
thing. It's a real
That's a
thing.
yes.
I couldn't help somebody
Our-
posted. I couldn't help but click on it, and I looked. I was like, I probably shouldn't be here. This is kind of
I
weird.
probably shouldn't be here 3 hours later.
I probably
and just
Is
no
it-
bodily fluids left.
I probably shouldn't be here. Unzipping my pants.
Here we go again.
I was wondering when
There's two.
When
There's actually
boners
two
were
different.
gonna
There's
come
two.
up.
There's Mass Erect and Ass Effect. There's two different.
Which one's better?
subreddits. Ass Effect is a little more graphic, so I don't like that. It's like almost,
Graphic?
it's a little too
you
real.
fuck with the lights off, huh?
Yeah. I'm very self-conscious about my body.
Cowards. All of you.
Okay.
I just didn't answer, but yeah, because it's really like every single podcast. We're on a roll.
Why are
like
you
for
so
3
upset
months
about
straight.
it?
I'm
Why
not.
does it get you so
I told you,
worked
Tim.
up?
Tim doesn't like to be
You're a
sexy.
prude.
Tim's from an era. You got to think. Remember, Tim's
Don't-
old.
You don't talk about
You
your
don't-
income.
Yep. You don't talk about your income. You don't talk about sexual exploits.
Lifestyle.
Yeah. This is an open forum, Tim.
I know that,
It's
but it's
2021.
You're
also
safe.
it's
You're
also
safe
a
here.
sports game.
Tim, you're
podcast.
safe here.
I know
This
that.
is just going out on the internet for literally 8 billion people to see whatever they want or listen to. You can be open and honest.
I know that. It's just I don't know. We were on a we almost made it through a podcast without doing it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we never
It
will,
is-
though. It's just,
I know.
if you're listening or watching, you know what you signed up for at
Yeah.
this point. It's just,
I
And,
know.
and at this point, I do it on
I mean,
purpose.
I'm not.
now.
Yeah,
I
I
gotta keep the streak alive.
just to poke the bear.
Yeah.
The old man bear.
And if I ever have to miss an episode again or something like that, I'll be calling in
Just
ASAP. Just be like, sex, titties, and hang up.
ass.
All right, what time are we at here? We're only at 45 minutes. We're
Hey.
dragging today. Should we throw out an old segment?
Of course.
Let's do an entertain to keep you sane.
Oh shit.
Let's go, Tim. We'll go
Yeah.
first and give you some time to come up with something. But Vince, take it away. I know you've been tooting a horn for quite a few weeks now.
Oh yeah. Well, and I was able to even convince you into this. So,
Which should be basis enough for everyone listening or watching to go
Tyler's
watch this.
a big television snob, like a show snob, movie snob. So to be able to convince him to watch something and then for him to actually enjoy it.
I've praised it.
He has.
I've told other people.
Oh wow! Oh my gosh! Okay, so
I'm spreading the word.
yeah, no more. What's it called? Anticipation. I'm talking about the Netflix original series, League of Legends Arcane. Television.
And I know that makes
haven't
people a little
watched
bit
it
nervous. You put it's an animated series and it's League of Legends. Don't let that deter you, because for one, you don't have to know anything. I don't know anything about League of Legends. I've played League of Legends once many years ago, and I knew
Blackout drunk.
and we didn't have to go there, but I don't know anything about League of Legends. Okay, and I went into the show completely blind, all with the only knowledge of that Vince told me to watch it. And that's it. Incredible show.
Yeah.
The animation style's gorgeous.
Mhm.
It's reminiscent of Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
But without kind of that comic overlay. That's great. The characters are awesome. And on an emotional level, I'll tell you, it gets you going. The first 2 episodes kind of building up the world. So if you try the first one out, you're like, stick with it for an episode because it's just kind of building the world and the story. By the end of episode 3, I was feeling emotions I've never felt before. Like I was sitting there, I go, I don't know what this is that I'm feeling. I've never felt this. Like this is just insane. Absolutely insane. I can't praise it enough. I'm still working on it. I'm not as far as Vince, but I'm still working on it.
Yeah, phenomenal show. The writing was great. Yeah, like I said, it's very what's the word? Like welcoming. It's very open for like you said, for people who've never heard of League of Legends or any of that stuff. You don't need to be a fan of League of Legends to enjoy the show. It's just an all-around good series. Great character building, great character development throughout the series, and yes, like some of the most emotionally intense television I've felt in a very long time, at least. And I can't praise it enough either. Being a fan of the League of Legends lore, I'm gonna give it like probably a 9 out of 10. There's a couple things that I could nitpick, but it didn't matter because of just like how well they were still able to do all the storytelling in it. So yeah, you got to check it out. Netflix, League of Legends Arcane. The first season is just finished up. They released it in 3 different acts, 3 sets of 3 episodes, and each one just gets better and better and better as you go along. So check it out. Unfortunately, it sounds like the next season won't be out until next year, I guess. But they did get
renewed. That's what's positive.
Yep. So yeah, and yeah. So that's my entertain to keep you sane.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna go with. I've had a hard time choosing because I know we like to crap on Apple a lot, but Apple Plus, their streaming service, has a lot of great shows. Obviously, I'm a big advocate of Ted Lasso. Is really good. Mythic. Maybe I should just go with Mythic Quest as entertainment to keep you saying.
Yeah, I still haven't finished that yet, but yeah,
Mythic Quest is fantastic.
It's fucking
Never even heard of
hilarious.
it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's my entertainment to keep you sane then because you'll love this. So Mythic Quest is a show written by, what's his name, Rob McElhenney from...
Yeah.
Oh, him and Charlie Day are the writers.
Ooh.
Rob McElhenney is like the main character. So what the show is there's this MMORPG video game called Mythic Quest, and it's this big open world, massive online multiplayer game. And Rob McElhenney is the creative director for the game.
Okay.
And he's very egotistical, and it's just hilarious. But it's almost like I hate saying this compared. It's not like The Office in any way, but the show is it's a workplace show. It's about these people who developed this game.
It kind of reminds me of Silicon Valley. Actually,
Yeah, a little bit. I think the humor is a little less dark than Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
But it's really good. It's like there's like inside jokes too about people who kind of follow the gaming world. So like they treat all their game developers like shit. It just make it like they just treat them like they're nothing. It's just stuff like that's super funny. But it's a show it's really funny, obviously, and has a lot of good, comedy. But it's also it's a show that has a lot of very serious and dramatic moments as well, and they're very well done. And they walk the line of being funny, but also being serious, and they touch on certain aspects, and I think they do a really good job of it. And it's very heartwarming, it's very funny, and I don't want to be hyperbolic. Not one of the best experiences I've had watching a show, but it's a very fun, wholesome experience watching this show. And they went in the middle of filming. They actually went through. This is when the pandemic hit, and since they're with Apple TV, Apple just gave them top end iPhones, and so they all started recording from their own homes in quarantine and made an episode based off that. And
Whoa.
like it was one of the
That's
so
impressive.
obviously a lot of shows try to hit on quarantine and COVID when it first started.
Right.
This show actually did it non-cliche and they did it in a really good way. Like Robin was crying watching one of the episodes
Whoa.
because it kind of hit on a real emotional level that like we all kind of felt just a year ago of being locked down and being separated from people and living kind of in this new world that none of us had really done. So it's a really great show and I recommend everybody to watch it.
Fuck. Now I gotta figure out a way to get on Apple TV.
I'll just give you my password.
Perfect.
You can watch it. But yeah,
I'm happy. I'm happy to pitch in.
Oh, and also all of their like transition pieces are like animations done by Ubisoft. Ubisoft
Whoa.
made like
Weird.
video game animations
That's kind of cool.
of like what's supposed to be inside the Mythic Quest game.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, cool on Ubisoft, man. I mean, some of their new games have been kind of shit, but hey, at least they're doing.
That's because they've been busy doing a really cool show.
Ubisoft was the one that did like Splinter Cell, wasn't it? Like remember that?
Possibly.
Remember that game?
That was years ago.
Yeah,
Assassin's,
long
They did
time ago.
Assassin's Creed.
Creed
That's
is
their
the
main.
biggest
Oh,
one.
okay, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I can't even think of
So,
any
I
other
don't know.
IPs, but
I just,
yeah,
I don't know.
Assassin's Creed's the big one.
Okay.
You got one, Tim?
That's right. Yeah, I just remembered.
Pulled out
I
of
don't
the
think
hat.
I don't think we did this one, or we just talked about it. Maybe
I have a
one
great
time.
memory, so I'll tell you if you did or not.
Reservation Dogs.
Yes.
Yeah. What?
We mentioned it.
We mentioned
We
it.
mentioned it.
We haven't really talked.
It wasn't
about
for a
it.
segment though.
Yeah. Well,
Go
I'm,
ahead, go
I'm
ahead,
taking
take
that
it
one.
away, take it
That's the
away.
only thing I can really think of as far as. It was a show that I just binged in one day.
Is it better than
and-
Reservoir Dogs?
I haven't watched Reservoir Dogs in a long time. But
Reservoir Dogs is a
it's
great
it's a
movie.
little it's a little.
They're
It's
hard
been a
to
while.
compare. That's for
It's
sure.
funny, funnier.
I can't help it. Every time I see Reservation Dogs, I'm like, oh, they made a show on Reservoir Dogs. I'm like, oh wait, no, that's not what it is.
yeah. Stuck in the middle with you. Yeah. Anyway.
Nice.
No, Reservation Dogs is about a group of teenagers that live on a reservation in Oklahoma, I think, and just kind of follows their
The Trail of
They're-
Tears. Too soon.
No, but anyway, just kind of they all kind of growing up where they are. It's pretty rough, It's not the greatest environment, I suppose, to live, but I don't know. They obviously they're kind of want to get out of there. They're trying to raise money to get out of there and all that, but every episode kind of after the first episode, every episode kind of follows each one individually and gets their story and how life is going, and it's really funny. Another one that's also makes you feel quite a bit.
It's on Hulu, right?
Yeah, it's on FX. So
FX,
it's,
sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
FX on Hulu.
Do they have any big
So,
name
yeah.
actors?
I don't think any.
No,
It's
they
take it. Well, he's not even in it. However the hell you say his name,
Takiwati?
Takiwati. Yeah, he created it or produced it or something like that with that. But can't remember if he. I think he might have one part in it, but I'm not sure.
Unfortunately, most Native Americans portrayed in cinema and television have been Italian. So
Yeah,
There hasn't
this is actually native. These are actual Native Americans
Yeah.
in the show. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
that was kind of like that was kind of one of the big things is like a Native American producer and creator,
yeah.
and then a lot of pretty much all of them
And-
acting in it are.
I would love to see a Reservation Dogs with a bunch of Italian guys. Hey, yo, Frankie.
Hey,
they
yo!
took our land.
That was during like the spaghetti western like era.
Yeah.
That's what they would do. Like it was all Italians that would play the
yeah.
Native Americans. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. It was I couldn't stop we just couldn't stop watching
It's
it
a
once
good
we
sh-
turned it
it's a
on
good
because
show.
it was there's just like I said a lot of drama that makes you just feel, and
Get the
then there's
feels.
also an imaginary friend warrior on a horse that is hilarious that just shows up in random places and
I like that.
Yeah.
I like the sounds of that.
You haven't watched it yet?
I have not watched it. No,
Oh,
It's
that's
a good one. I've been
hilarious.
busy watching the shows that I said.
So yeah, definitely check that one out. It was kind of I gotta look up how to say that guy's name.
You have a cell phone,
Taika
right?
Watiti.
Sam,
I don't know.
You have
No,
access
no,
to
no,
the
no, no,
internet,
no, no.
Chris.
I love his movies, so I just
Too easy.
yeah. So I wanted
That's
to
a
check
good
it
one.
out for that.
I'm looking it up right now. It's. I still don't know how to say it.
Hit the. They usually have like a little button that says
Yeah.
pronunciation.
Here,
on the
let's see. Taki Wadi pronounced.
What?
I actually really respect him as an
Wait.
artist. I don't-
button. We're just.
Well,
too,
it's just there's
we're too white.
All right, wait. Shh. Oh, it's on Bluetooth.
No!
Get it off.
Fail.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of New Zealand film and television director, producer, screenwriter, actor, and comedian. We are looking at how to pronounce Taika Waititi.
it is white.
Taika Waititi.
That's why I think that
I'm pretty upset that video
I
took
s-
so long to get to that. Can you just say it, dude? Like, I don't need to know that he's New Zealandish.
yeah.
New Zealandish.
So I had his last name.
I'm being
but-
very well. New
that's-
Zealanders are white, right? So I can't be racist against them.
Depends on if you're talking
depend-
about the indigenous New Zealanders or the white ones.
Yeah,
I mean, no
the,
disrespect
the,
to
Mau-
anybody from New
the Maori
Zealand or
tribe. I think he might actually.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, he might actually be part Maori, which is the indigenous people of New Zealand. And I think that's why maybe he was.
Hey, they're not too off
interested
from
in
being
the show.
Polynesian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ipso facto, maybe my wife's New
I
Zealand.
saw-
Now I'm not racist
Well-
anymore. Now I'm connected to the New Zealand people.
It's adjacent, but I wouldn't think they're
It's pretty
considered.
good. I mean, it's like it's like USA, Canadian, American, Canadian.
They're not a Polynesian island, so
Listen, I use my wife as a shield for a lot of different things that I say, and I will definitely use that against New Zealand people.
Okay.
New Zealanders. There we go.
you bounce back and forth. I thought it was Inuit or a northwestern
Well, I don't know.
tribe.
Believe it or not, Tim, some people could have multiple ethnicities. They have different
yeah?
backgrounds and
Okay.
heritages. So yes, she is from the Tlingit tribe
Okay.
in Alaska,
But then you throw
Eskimoian. But she is. It is an Eskimo tribe. I don't know why you're laughing about that.
Inuit.
Inuit.
Oh,
Pe-
can we not
people,
say Eskimo
people,
anymore?
yeah.
Well, it's,
Well,
it's,
I can say. I can
Yeah.
say. You guys
Yeah.
can't. You guys can't say.
You can say it.
So
but
yeah,
it's
she's
still,
an Inuit, obviously, but also she has Polynesian heritage too. So, read it and weep, Tim.
Okay.
You got nothing on me.
It's just I just wasn't sure if it were bouncing in between the two. Like,
And also, I
because
could be
weren't
lying. I
sure.
could be just throwing any sort of nationality in there that I
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and I will continue to do that to
fair.
defend myself.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
All right. Well, I think that's it, guys.
Yeah.
That was a good, solid little episode, and we appreciate you all listening. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.